The character side of it is really important for us. Hard work and hard work and commitment are kind of prerequisites to be in our program, but that character side of it's important. We are a community-driven team. We put our guys on a pillar in the Elmira community. We want them to be role models for the youth. We want them to be people that the proud members of Elmira love to call a community team.
This season, character and involvement in the community is what Don Manochio is looking for in the Elmira Aviators. We caught up with Dom on what is ahead for Elmira as they head into their second season in the North American Hockey League on today's segment of NA Now.
So it's been busy. Here in Elmira, we have been focused on 25-26 from the day the season ended. And, everything we do from the moment we wake up to the moment we go to bed is making sure that we're getting ready to put the best team on the ice this season.
Absolutely. And last season, you were promoted mid-season from assistant coach to head coach of the Aviators. What were some of the lessons you learned from having that experience of taking on the team mid-season?
Yeah, absolutely. It was an exciting challenge. Wanted to just make sure that everything that we were doing was player focused and player centric. Me personally, making sure that there was zero gaps in our day, making sure that we were being as efficient as possible with our timeliness and our preparation. Those were the little details that I thought definitely took a step up once I went from assistant to head coach.
Absolutely. And with last season's roster, it featured 10 athletes securing NCAA commitments. How does it feel as a coach to see your athletes have those opportunities at the next level?
Going through the process with those guys, seeing them, go on visits and ultimately choose where their next step is going to be, it is the most rewarding part of being a coach. Just today, got a call from a former player who he's just left his family home to head to his new home at college, and wanted to call and say thank you. And those are the interactions that make the wins and the losses go by the wayside and show you what's really important.
Absolutely. What drives you the most as a coach?
Just being there day in and day out. Personally, I love being on the ice. I love interacting with the referees and the other team's coaches. I love the hard questions the players can provide, especially the new age guys, the players coming up. They're very innovative and creative, and I love that they aren't afraid to challenge us as coaches.
Absolutely. And looking ahead for this upcoming season, what are you looking forward to most, especially with this organization being in its second season?
So we're definitely looking to take that step in the win-loss column. We thought we did a good job getting guys to school and providing a solid player experience, but the wins and losses are definitely something we want to improve on. Our guys were able to gain a lot of experience last year, and we feel that through that experience, through the trial and error of a new team, we have really fixated on the things that we believe will make us successful in 25-26.
Do you have any returners coming back to Elmira? And if so, what does it mean to have them on the roster and then also in the locker room?
Yeah, absolutely. We have the ability to return a lot of guys right now. 16 goal scorer Matt Maglio is our leading rookie goal scorer. He'll be back for this campaign. We also have a couple 05 veterans, Luke Sakala, Charlie Vincent, a part of our inaugural draft class, Jack Coleman. And then on the back end, we're loaded with 2005s with a lot of experience in the league. And then also have a younger 2007 committed to Princeton, Andrew Horn. So a lot of experience, a lot of hungry athletes coming back for year two. With that, the additions that we brought in, a really vetted draft class, tender class, guys that are hungry to be in Elmira. We're really excited for the season to get going here.
What type of athlete are you looking for this upcoming season?
The character side of it is really important for us. Hard work and commitment are kind of prerequisites to be in our program, but that character side of it's important. We are a community-driven team. We put our guys on a pillar in the Elmira community. We want them to be role models for the youth. We want them to be people that the proud members of Elmira love to call a community team.
Absolutely. And talking about the community, since you all are in your second season, reflecting back from the first year, is there a special event or a tradition that you're hoping to start with the team that people at home need to keep an eye out for?
everything in Elmira is special. From our home opener to all the specialty nights that we do, the police, the fire, St. Patrick's Day. Our community really is supporting the hockey team here in Elmira, and I would say you don't want to miss any home games.
What does it mean to have that type of support, especially in your first season heading into your second?
It was a driving factor throughout the course of the season. After home games, making sure our guys were interacting, signing autographs, being a positive role model, whether we won or lost, showing the community that, that stoicism, that ability to overcome adversity, whether it's going our way or not. It was a really big part of our program, and it's something that we continue to instill day in and day out. And as we turn the page into year 2, we want our athletes and our staff and everyone that wears our logo to know and understand the importance of the Elmira community.
Absolutely. And looking or reflecting back on this past year and from your experience with the North American Hockey League, what makes the players different in this league than any other league out there?
They're determined. It's a driven group of guys. 59 game schedule. There's no nights off. No matter how skilled your team is, if they don't bring the work ethic and that determination to win the game, it will not go your way. I think that is something that I found in last year's experience to be extremely exciting. Knowing that every single game was a battle, a dogfight. You had to really earn everything. For us, it was a unique situation. We were not in the playoffs towards the end of the season, the last 2 weeks, but we ended up beating all the teams that made the playoffs the last 5 weeks and climbing ourselves into a position where the last weekend was a jostle for position in the standings. So, the East Division in particular, every single weekend can go anyone's way. And being a part of the North American Hockey League, particularly in the East Division, is something that everyone should strive to be a part of.
Looking ahead, what are your big goals heading into this next season? I know you said more wins, but what are some other goals that you have for the team?
Yep. So, for us, we want to continue to build on the player experience. We want young athletes coming out of AAA, coming out of prep school. We want them to know what Elmira has to offer, the resources we provide aspiring student athletes, continuing to grow the knowledge of what the Elmira Aviators can bring to the hockey community. That's our ultimate goal.
What are you looking forward to most with this upcoming season?
Night 1. It's been a long off season. We're just ready to wear the purple, black, and white, put the logo on, and get to work.
With the season also quickly approaching, the greatest show on ice is quickly returning. What are you looking forward to most once you're in Blaine, Minnesota with your team?
Just looking to get back there. The guys that had the opportunity to play in Blaine last season, I think we were all a little bit starstruck as a new organization, but we had a lot of success winning 2 games there. I think we want to build on that success this year, try and complete that 3-game sweep that everyone's looking for. I know we have those games circled on our schedule. We've talked about it as a staff, and the returning players know the importance of that showcase and really getting the new guys a taste of it, right? There will be a lot of new faces here. So integrating them as quickly as possible so we can hit the ground running once we take the ice in Minnesota, that's important.
Absolutely. And to wrap up this interview, what's been one of your favorite moments from last season with the team?
So last season, we had a couple marquee moments, I would say, but ultimately it was, for us, it was the fact that we were able to take down everyone in the division. I think that the East Division is extremely competitive. Some of the atmospheres on the road can be extremely intimidating, and it took us every bit of every series. But in the East Division, we play season series against our opponents, and knowing to our guys that we have beaten everyone and we will continue to do so, I think that's an important mindset for them to take into the season.
Absolutely. Well, Dom, thank you for taking the time to chat with me today. We wish you the best of luck as you guys look forward to the second season of the Aviators organization.
I really appreciate everything you do for us, Ava. Thanks again.